So we finally got all of the official information for both the solos and duo tournaments that are going to be taking place after the FNCS Global Championships, including the exact dates, how you qualify for it, the prize pool, and so much more. And I want to go over all of the brand new information that we have just been given. Real quick, video starts though, please subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, as we try our best to upload daily competitive content for you guys. If you guys want to support me even more, the best way to do so is by using code KDOG in the Fortnite item shop. Remember to follow me on my Twitch or come back here if you guys want to watch any of these official tournaments with me. Without further ado though, we got a lot to talk about. Let's get this video started. Alright, so let's start this video off with the actual solo tournaments. Now, everything has finally been confirmed for this. If you guys don't know how this is going to work, basically, it is going to be a weekly solo series. There's going to be 6 total weeks of qualifiers. And then throughout those 6 weeks, your 4 best results will determine whether or not you were actually able to qualify for the finals. So I'm wondering if this is going to take like your average best 4 placements, and then if it is within like that top 100, because if you guys were curious, yes, this is going to be a set lobby finals, 100 of the best solo players on every single region. This should, in theory, be the most stacked solo finals that we have had in I don't even know how long now. Now, the solo series is going to start on September 11th. And it is open to anybody, so you don't need to be in like Div 1 or nothing like that. As long as you have the 14 tournaments required, you should be able to queue up and play in this tournament. And first off, I just want to address everybody that I've seen complaining on Twitter about this, because we'll go over the prize pool in a little bit, but people are literally complaining that you have to go through 6 weeks of no prize pool just to be able to maybe potentially be able to qualify for the actual set lobby finals, which does have a prize pool. Now, for the already like established tier 1 pros that are complaining about it, I get it. You know, you guys already pretty much know you're almost guaranteed to be able to make the finals either way. And so having to go through 6 total weeks of a lot of people's least favorite game mode, I can see how some of the like top pros are complaining about it. But for all of just like the up and coming players in the game, this is just such a crazy thing for me to see people complain about. Literally since the end of April, when the second FNCS of the year ended, we went directly into a Star Wars season that didn't really have any tournaments that mattered, no solo tournaments at all. The very next season, we only got 2 total Div Cups, also no solo Cash Cups, and you had to be in Div 1 to play that. And now in this season, we are getting a bunch of practice before the Global Championships with, I'm pretty sure it is 3 Trio Cash Cup weeks. And then we are getting the biggest tournament of the year of Global Championships. And then only 4 days after that, we are getting the start of basically qualifier lead up weeks to the biggest solo tournament of the year as well. And like, if you're an up and coming player, this is exactly what you guys should want. You shouldn't be instantly focused on, oh, how much money can I earn from this? The practice that you will get from this. For everybody that's like saying like, oh, I would rather play victory cups than this, I just feel like that is such a bad mindset to have as somebody that is trying to get into competitive, especially like 6 weeks of competitive solo tournaments. And then also, if you're able to get the experience of playing in one of the most stacked set lobby finals solo lobbies in a long time, that is way more valuable than the potential $75 you could have earned from a victory cup. And also in terms of being able to potentially find a teammate for what could be the next FNCS game mode in duos, solos has always been the best way to prove yourself, show that you are actually a good player, and people are going to take you a lot more serious if you have a good placement in the top 100 best solo lobby in the entire world, compared to if you were just earning some money in a victory cup. Like, I feel like this is just a lot healthier for the game in general as well. I feel like Fortnite especially has become a game where a lot of the player base sees it as more of a charity instead of something that is supposed to be a real grind and really having to work every single day to become successful at it. People just want to be handed money in the easiest possible tournaments that they can play in. And I'm pretty sure we can all agree that that is literally never going to be sustainable for what is trying to be a competitive game. And I think a tournament like this can really help to start to change some players' mindsets. But let's talk about the prize pool now, since I have seen also a lot of people complain about this as well. I'll put a picture up on the screen of the prize pool for every single region. You see on first place for EU, you will take home $15,000 if you're able to get the win. And then on NA Central, it is $10,000. And every single player on both NA Central and EU earned in this all the way down to top 100. I saw Resub make a tweet about people that are complaining about the prize pool, and I pretty much 100% agree with everything everything he said in that.
About the solo cash cup placements, and there's two like really interesting trends that I found, right? The first one is everyone complaining about the prize pools has one of two modes. The first is last place isn't good enough. Like, you only get $250 for coming last. Why is this your concern, right? And along the same lines as that, the PlayStation Cup has a better prize pool. I've seen so many tweets on this. Let me clarify that one for a second. Firstly, it doesn't. Solo Cash Cup, way better prize pool by like 40k, obviously more for top. What they mean by it has a better prize pool is that last place gets you more. Like, you get $600 for coming last rather than $250.
I don't know why people are complaining so much about how much literal dead last in a tournament is making compared to if you're able to win the tournament. You're already going to get a lot of praise for winning the most stacked set lobby solos tournament, and then at the same time, you're also taking home, if you're on EU, $15,000. Like, maybe you can make an argument that the solo tournaments that we had before, where if you got first place in it, you would get $5,000, and those tournaments happened every single week. And by the end of the season, we could all come back to this and say this was an absolutely terrible idea by Fortnite Competitive. But at the same time, I also have to give them some respect for at least trying out some new things to see what the community actually enjoys. And us as a community has been begging for a set lobby solo cash cup finals, and even though it's going to take over a month to get to, we are going to get that this season. And people also have to realize that after global championships, Fortnite could have just technically done absolutely nothing and said, hey, you guys are gonna have to wait until the next season to actually be able to play in tournaments again. But instead, they were giving us weekly solo and duo tournaments. And so as somebody that has publicly criticized Fortnite a bunch in the past, I think this is definitely a step in the right direction. And now for the other thing that I feel like a lot of you guys care about, the Duo Divisional Cups as well. So starting off with, on September 13th is the Duos Trial Cup. So to be able to make it into Div 1, to be able to instantly compete for the cash prizes, it'll only be for the people who were previously in Div 1. Division 2 will be for the players that finished in the top 1,000 of this tournament. Div 3 is the top 1,001 to 3,000, and then the new Div 4 and Div 5s is the top 3,000 to 7,000, and then Div 5 is everybody else. So if you and your duo do plan on playing these duo tournaments that are going to be happening after globals, make sure you guys are able to play the Duos Trial Cup, because it's not the end of the world if you miss it, but you're gonna have to start in Div 5 instead of potentially starting all the way as high as Div 2, and you will just have a lot more opportunities to be able to actually compete for money if you're able to play in this tournament and get like top 1,000 and instantly be in Div 2, instead of if you have to start in Div 5 and then make it through the grind of going through Div 4, Div 3, Div 2, all the way up until Div 1. Okay, so it looks like they might have potentially changed something for this, because Comp Report said, reminder, only EU and NA Central have 5 divisions, and you can also rank up for each day of the qualifiers. So now you can jump up from Div 3 all the way up to Div 1 in 1 week now. And this is how you can actually rank up through the divisions. So from Div 5 to Div 4, it's the top 300, Div 4 to Div 3, top 200, Div 3 to Div 2 is the top 100, and then Div 2 to Div 1 is the top 50. So maybe it's not going to be like as long of a grind now to be able to rank your way up through the divisions, but I would still, if you're able to, recommend to at least play in the Trials Cup. Alright, so shout out to Fortnite Comp Report for this schedule right here, but this pretty much has every single tournament for the entire season on it, including things like the Skin Cups and even the brand new rescheduled Trios Divisional Cups as well. So starting literally tomorrow, we have day 1 of the first Trio Div Cups of the season. Day 2 will be on Saturday, and then the first finals is going to be on a Monday. And then if we move it over here, this is when FNCS Globals are. We have a Trios Performance Evaluation Cup. Then the Solo Series starts right here. The Duo Trials Cup is on Saturday the 13th. And then all of the Duo Div Cups are going to be on Wednesday, Thursday opens, and then the finals will be on Saturdays. It's gonna get a little bit hectic having both the solo series and the duo finals on the exact same day. And so I did just double check because I was a little bit concerned about this, but as you can see right here, obviously my time zones are going to be different, but on the 20th from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. for me is going to be the EU Div 1 finals, and then the solo series will start just an hour after that. So if you are going to be a player that is consistently making Cash Cup finals and you want to play the solo series as well, you are going to be playing 7 hours straight of tournaments. That is going to be a lot of playing for these players. Also, some other pretty big news, the bug blasters have officially been removed from tournament playlists. So this is the exact scene that I was literally talking about in my video yesterday. This was one of the most broken items Fortnite competitive has seen recently, and already just one day after the Eval Cup, it looks like they have hopefully fixed the crashing issue and completely removed the bug blasters from tournaments as well. This really is in store for potentially what could be a generational competitive season. Let me know what you guys think about everything we went over in the comment section down below. Remember, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, as we try our best to upload daily competitive content for you guys. If you guys want to support me even more, the best way to do so is by using code KDOG in the Fortnite item shop. YouTube says enjoy one of these two videos up on the screen right now, so go check them out if you guys haven't already. Thank God for another day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.